Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're checking out my newest beat. It's called Not Lost. Link is in the description. It'll be out September 30th, 2019. Let's get to it. All right, so here we are. This beat kind of came together thanks to this really cool drum kit that I found inside of a free sample pack from Ableton. It's called Beat Tools. This kit is called Miramar Kit. It's really nice. Check out the 808. That's the kick. Claps, snares. And I actually use these 808s for the bass track. It's got some cool vocals on it. All right, applied some panning to some of those as well. You can see I did do some effects. I put some EQ, compression, delay, very, very dry delay. So it's only about 10% wet. Not a lot of feedback. And I put an auto filter on here to start the track. As you can hear this right here, you'll see some of the high-end information coming back in. All right, this is my pattern that I used for the drums. Just some simple hi-hats, kick, claps, and that's that. Next, what I did is I went to the bass, which as I said before, I went and used the same Miramar kit because it had the really nice 808 sound on it. And what I did is I kind of ducked the bass. I sidechained the kick to the bass, and I ducked some of the frequencies to help that kick shine through. Let's hear how that sounds. Now, it doesn't sound that great by itself, but let's hear how it sounds with the drums. All right. Moving right along. Then what I did was I add some samples from Cymatics. If you haven't visited cymatics.fm, check it out. They have some really high quality samples. Really nice starting points. I pitched it to the correct key, which is G sharp. And I put a lot of effects, but let's listen to it without the effects first. Okay. Not my cup of tea. But with a little bit of compression, EQ, take out some of the high end, put some vinyl on it, and some tube distortion. Of course, my one knob filter, which sounds beautiful, and a little bit of delay. And you get this. Much more lo-fi sounding, much better. Then I got this sample from Cymatics. All right, and let's add the effects. So as you can see, with the delay and the filter and the EQ, it's really taking out some of that low-end information, which is leaving room for the bass and for the drums. All right. From there, I added a riser during one section here. Really cool little section. Let's hear how it sounds. All right, now the key to this was that I have all of these send and return tracks here. I've got a couple of different reverbs. One's more for the vocals. I've got a ping pong delay, a compressor, which is the TDR Kotelnikov. There you go. This is a really clean digital compressor. It sounds amazing. Ableton's glue compressor. Make sure you right click and put on oversampling. And I'm also using the Black Hole by Eventide. Sounds amazing. And what I'm doing is during this build up, as you can see here, I'm automating some of these return tracks to increase, kind of in a slope. And let's hear that again. I also reversed it and kind of blended it into the original sound. Let's hear how that sounds. And let's hear them together. All right, from there, I use this plugin called Triple Cheese by UHE. Really nice plugin. Sounds cool. Let's listen to how this sounds. Oops, sorry about that. Kind of funky. I did EQ it and add some delay and a filter. What else is new? I've also got the velocity tool, adding a little bit of randomness. So what I did with this one was really cool because I recorded it. I called it Octave Horns. I don't know why. Just sounded like Octave Horns to me. And then I also reversed it. So this is I believe this is the reversed one. Let's check it out. Okay, and this is the original. And both together. All right, so let's see how all this stuff comes together. I also have a little vocal sample that I'm using Cla Effects for. Sounds really nice. Gives it like a kind of like a megaphone-ish kind of filter. A little bit of drive, some nice delays. Let's hear how this one sounds. This is without the effects.
You are not alone.
Okay, so I do have it send into the ping pong delay there, but let's hear how it sounds with the effects. Much different.
You are not alone.
So if you haven't checked out the CLA Effects plugin from Waves, you should. It's really good for sound design, and I love it. All right, other than that, let's hear how this beat is coming along. Let's go to the first verse, and let's give it a listen as it is.
Hold your horses, bring your losses, try to write down what you're feeling often, drop a little bit of that guilt and soften, might as well write a new verse, you're all in, cold and hardened, beg your pardon.
All right, speaking of vocals, how am I doing my vocals? Well, I'm using this microphone. This is a Sterling SP150. It sounds really warm, really nice, and it doesn't pick up too many of the sounds in the other room. It's not too clear and it's not too muffled. Here's how it sounds pretty much on its own.
Hold your horses, bring your losses, try to write down what you're feeling often.
Not so great because it's dry, but I'm using this preset called Lead Vocal Sauce by WholeLoops.com, Reed Stefan, realest puppet in the game. This is an insane plugin. I love it. Let's hear what it does. It's got delay, glue, reverb, slap delay. It's amazing. So you'll hear the difference instantly when I activate this.
Hold your horses, bring your losses, try to write down what you're feeling often, drop a little bit of that guilt and soften, might as well write a new verse, you're all in, cold and hardened, beg your pardon, you're not the only one making holes in the garden.
All right. And that's pretty much the whole beat. There's one last thing I wanted to show you guys, which is a little trick that I did at the end of the track to the sample. Got this really weird plugin called Backmask. Very interesting plugin. It's kind of like a reverse delay reverb kind of plugin. And I have it automated to turn on in the last section here. Let's hear how it sounds. It's a crazy plugin. I also have the stuck option on it to automate towards the end of the beat, so it kind of just goes ring, 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 ring at the end. So let's hear how this ending sounds. Very cool plugin. And that's the beat. I'll do a little playthrough, and if you like this video, subscribe, hit that button. I'll see you next time.
You think you're alone, lost, but you're far from it. Don't be afraid. Afraid is only a word, only a feeling. You are not alone.
Hold your horses, bring your losses. Try to write down what you're feeling often. Drop a little bit of that guilt and soften. Might as well write a new verse, you're all in. Cold and hardened, beg your pardon. You're not the only one making holes in the garden. And even though you're feeling old and disowned, all that you've ever known is enthroned. Like King Tut with a solid gold coffin. And dolphins are failing, they're falling and flailing. Unveiling this fear, your mind is derailing. Yeah, who do you think you are? Fallen star you think you are? Only those who know the rhymes will show you all the golden life. Thieves and fools don't have the time, the whores will fall into the light. Eyes are wide without the sight, now don't you know the beast at night? Faded as your past is faded, feel the glory dissipated. Not what you anticipated, fall in love, don't be sedated. Those that you have loved and hated, pass the buck to what you're facing. Now you know the truth, let's face it. All in all, your mind awakens. Now you know the truth, let's face it. All in all, your mind awakens.
You are not lost.
Lost is only